Hi, this is Eric with GlobeRunner Search Engine Optimization, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about using the Google Keyword Tool. So I'm going to talk a lot about match phrase. Let's go forward. I'm going to start with just paintball, just as a random word to look at and just see what comes up, and we'll see how this thing works. So we can scroll down and we get the results, and it shows how many people are searching for paintballs, paintball supplies, paintball stores. And then you notice pretty quickly here that paintballs plural has 165,000 searches per month, and then paintballs singular has 6 million. Well, that's a pretty interesting difference, and what I think we'll find though is when we look at the match type a little bit, that'll change. So one of the things that's most important to look at here is this match type, and that's how Google is sorting through these phrases. If we put, you can see when I click on it, I have match type broad, phrase, and exact. And when I look at broad, I'm looking at every time that word occurs, whether it be by itself or in a collection of words. And if it's a 2 or 3 word combination, it could be broken up. So for instance, let's look at paintball supplies. So paintball supplies, in broad terms, it's anytime those 2 words come up in a search. So it could be paintball store and supplies, for instance, would still be counted in the broad category. But when we drop down to phrase, notice all the numbers are going to drop a little bit, except for the single words. But paintball supplies went from 14,000 to 12,000 searches per month, because 12,000 times the 2 words appear together. And so I generally like to use phrase because I find it to be more accurate to see what the search volume is going to be, particularly when you're talking about an SEO campaign. You're going to get a more accurate view of the actual search volume that you're going to get. But we could drop down to exact. So right now, using paintball supplies still as an example, phrase would still include searches like paintball supplies in Arizona, or paintball supplies and paintball gear, for instance, where it's the 2 words next to each other, but there's other words also in the search. When you do exact, it's when only that word is searched. Now, here's what's interesting. Look at paintballs. Paintballs drop from 165,000 to 33,000. And paintball supplies drop from 12,000 to 5,000. So exact is when that exact phrase is searched. I find phrase to be more valuable than exact, but they're both useful. But I think it's important to distinguish between the broad, phrase, and exact, because a lot of people will look at broad, they think, wow, 6 million people searching paintballs, that's pretty extraordinary. Let's do an SEO campaign for paintballs. But let's scroll down here and see where was paintballs. Well, now I've lost it. Well, we'll go back up and talk about paintballs, the plural, I guess. You know, the difference between 165,000 and 33,000 is pretty dramatic. So I think that that's an interesting point to bring up. There's a lot of other things to look at in the Google toolbar, in the Google keyword search. You can show a bunch of different options like estimated bid if you're doing a PPC campaign. I think all those things are very interesting, and we'll go over those in other videos. But thank you so much for your time, and don't forget to go visit GlobeRunnerSEO.com and rate this video and leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Thanks.